W. Is that race max one goal? Are you in the thick of it? From the screen to the wing to the pen to the king.
Good evening and welcome to Frontier Regional for tonight's game between the Pioneers of Pathfinder and our Frontier Redhawks. Tonight is senior night, and before we begin, we want to recognize the seniors for Pathfinder. Xander Offrey, Talon Clark, Evan Costa, Justin Davis, Ethan Betancourt, D. Betancourt, and Aiden Santiago. Congratulations, seniors. And now, at this time, we would like to recognize the seniors for Frontier Regional. Each senior has written something that they would like to be read tonight. First senior, please go out to the center with your family. Sam Bakari.
Yeah!
Sam has
Let's
written.
go, Sam!
Now walking out on the field is Sam Bakari. Sam has enjoyed his time at Frontier, being part of the soccer program for 2 years. His favorite memory was his first game last year with the team against Lennox. Sam would like to thank his mom and dad and thank God for watching over him and his constant love and grace. Next up is Captain Ben Cachuango. Ben has been a part of Frontier Athletics since 7th grade. Along with the soccer team, he runs indoor and outdoor track. His favorite memory is every time he steps on the field with his team that has become family through the countless years of soccer played together. He would like to thank his mom for supporting him and coming to every game, and his dad for getting him into the sport and teaching him some tricks he still uses today. Ben is planning to go to a 4-year college and pursue a job in sports physical therapy. Next senior to be recognized is Captain TJ Donovan. TJ has cherished his time with Frontier and being part of the Frontier soccer program for 6 years. He is involved in the community and is a member of the Frontier chapter of the National Honor Society. His favorite Frontier memory was being part of the celebration after Frontier beat Cohasset on penalty kicks, which sent Frontier to the Massachusetts State semifinals. TJ would like to thank his mom and dad for supporting him and driving him to his games and practices and helping to make him a better player. He would also like to thank his coaches, Matt Larson, Jay Niles, Ram Rishbali, Tom Johnson, Wes Smith, John Pachurik, and Evan Horton. TJ is planning on studying business and attending college next year. The next senior to be recognized is Will Redding. Will has thoroughly enjoyed his years on the Frontier soccer field. He is also involved in NHS and plays Frontier men's volleyball. His favorite memory is playing soccer with the team. He plans to go to college in the fall and wants to give a shout out to all of his coaches who have taught him over the years. Thank you to Rashid, Tom, Wes, and Evan, and his parents who have transported him and supported him throughout his soccer career. Our final senior tonight being recognized is Tavo Vincent Warner.
Woo! Yeah! I work with you.
Tavo has enjoyed playing Frontier soccer for the past 6 years. He He likes to serve his community as a part of the Frontier Student Council, and he is a member of the National Honor Society. Tavo's favorite memory from Frontier Soccer was his first varsity start against Hampshire. He is planning on attending college next fall for biomedical engineering. He'd also like to thank his mother for always supporting him and being there for him. Congratulations to all our seniors and best of luck next year. At this time, we would like to announce the starting lineup for the Pioneers. Number 13, Xander Offrey. Number 10, Talon Clark. Number 11, Evan Costa. Number 3, Justin Davis. Number 2, Ethan D. Betancourt. In goal, Aiden Santiago. Number 1, Adonis Dupree. Number 8, Jaleel Roman. Number 5, Caden Bosquet. Number 6, Owen Pear. And number 4, Brody Witchke. The Pioneers are coached by Dave Wilson and Joe Bucci. And now the starting lineup for your Frontier Red Hawks. Number 4, Ben Cachuongo. Number 9, TJ Donovan. Number 7, Will Redding. Number 5, Tavo Vincent Warner. Number 10, Sam Bakari. Number 6, Max Millette. Number 8, Gus Radner. Number 11, Ian Pachurik. Number 3, Diego Frazier. Number 15, Casey Bessler. And in goal, Jack Cussin. And your coaches for the Red Hawks are Evan Horton and Matt Zaratny. At this time, we please ask everybody to please rise, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
night. 5 seniors being celebrated for the Red Hawks tonight. Number 4 on the field, senior captain Ben Cachuango. Number 9 on the field, also a captain, TJ Donovan. Sam Bakari, number 10. Excuse me. And Tavo Vincent Warner wearing number 5 tonight. And number 7, Will Redding. They just had a fantastic game just yesterday, which we were here covering. That was a tie game against Hampshire, 1-1. And I know some of you might be saying, well, why didn't you guys cover it? Well, we did, and we're uploading it very shortly. We're doing a lot of editing. It was a big shoot, which we're doing again tonight. We've got 3 cameras out on the field for you guys tonight. We really hope you enjoy the production this evening. But speaking of that game against Hampshire, Isaac, that actually has boosted the Red Hawks to the exact place that they wanted to be. They overtook Hampshire in their divisional rankings after that game. They are now ranked 2nd in Division 4, and Hampshire is below them at number 3, which in my memory has never happened before.
Yeah.
I don't remember that happening
It's
for
really
a long
good for
time.
front too.
And so obviously they want to be keeping this win streak going. And they hope to do so with this Pathfinder team. Pathfinder is a division below the Red Hawks in Division 5, although they have a pretty good record so far. 7 wins on the season, I believe is what it says on Mass Live. And they will start with a kickoff. Jaleel Roman. And it's worth mentioning Roman, as he passes the ball back to his teammate, this Pathfinder team, Isaac, is actually a co-op. Several players, including Jaleel Roman, are actually from Palmer. And so we're seeing a lot more of these co-ops around this area as fewer and fewer kids seem to be interested in certain sports, such as the big Greenfield co-op that we have for football and also for hockey that Frontier participates in. And we'll be looking forward to that season, Greenfield Green Wave hockey, this winter. But right now, I mean, it's starting to feel like winter. It's pretty cold. We're pretty bundled up here.
Scarves and everything. It's getting cold. It's going to get even colder, though, tonight. Just let it wait.
Well, we've got 80 minutes of soccer to get through, and the temperature will drop quite a bit throughout the whole course of the night. Hopefully, you all at home are very comfortable and nice and warm. As Max Millette will pass the ball back to captain Diego Frazier, and now Cachuango with the ball. The only goal for the Red Hawks last night against Hampshire was scored by number 11 on the field wearing the captain's armband, Ian Pachurik. Pachurik had a wonderful goal against Colin Holt of Hampshire, and that was the equalizer goal at the time and has now helped boost the Red Hawks ranking to number 2 in their division as Donovan feeds it forward to Bakari, back to Donovan, and he tries the middle. It's Radner, and now Redding. Millette with the ball. Towards the near side, it's Bakari. Pass back to Casey Bessler. And now Frazier with it. Trying to reset are the Hawks. Under pressure from Captain Evan Costa of the Pioneers.
And the Pioneers here are moving pretty quick as well.
Very aggressively. They've got 2 strong players up top in their formation. Number 11, Costa, and number 8, Roman, both wearing the captain's armband, and a shot on goal, and will go in!
Wow! Caught off guard. Frontier really making a goal for the night.
A wonderful job from TJ Donovan, and what a way to start his senior night.
There you go.
Giving the Hawks a 1-0 lead, not even 3 minutes into the game. We're 2 minutes and 6 seconds into the game.
And that's what we like to see.
Definitely a very different tone from the Hampshire game.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
But that, I mean, this is really what these guys dream about besides, you know, Western Mass and state championships. Your senior night, your goal on your home turf. It's really something special. And Donovan makes that dream come true in the opening minutes, opening seconds, really, of this game.
Let's see how Pioneer moves now.
And the Pioneers, we will refer to them as the Pioneers because that is their mascot. However, this is the Pathfinder team. We know some of you might get confused with Pioneer Valley Regional, as giving up on the ball there is number 3 in the midfield, Justin Davis, fed forward to Sam Bakari in the corner. Centering pass, and it's shot out by the back line of the Pioneers.
Intercepted by the back end. Here's something you don't really see much in soccer here. You don't see the number 1 used out
Yes.
on the line, out on the pitch. It's usually reserved for the goalkeepers at the back.
1, 0, or an unusually high number. You know, you get into, once you get past the 20s, I feel like that's a rare number. If you see a player on the pitch who isn't a goalie, who has a number in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and so on, that is a rare thing to see.
Especially in all the professional games, too. You just don't see it happen.
And Cusson scoops the ball up just in time as Roman was speeding right towards him. Roman, we've been told by some of the players on Frontier, is fairly fast, especially on turf. And that has been in discussion for the Redhawks, as most of the remaining games of their season will be away games and will be on turf. And as we were told by one of the parents for Frontier's squad here, when these guys get on turf, they can fly. As Redding goes down trying to win the ball, slow to get up, and will hop down the field. Roman trying to break through the duo of Frazier and Cachuango, but it's fed back out to the midline. Radner getting physical again.
Something I've noticed a lot is that the passing with both teams here is amazing. Both teams have great chemistry, despite the fact that the Pioneers here is 2 schools together. It's a co-op. They have some great chemistry.
And Pachurik waits a little bit too long. He had Donovan ahead of him, could have passed it, but was waiting to make a move on the defender there. But that's absolutely right, Isaac. I mean, with the Red Hawks, and especially their back line, the chemistry there is just so phenomenal. And it's honestly one of the biggest reasons why this Red Hawks team is placed second in their division right now and will likely stay there or up there for the rest of this season. Speaking of the rest of this season, there's very few games left in the regular season for this boys soccer team. 4 games, I believe, maybe including this one.
Yeah.
They have this game tonight against Pathfinder, and then they have 3 more. As the ball goes out of bounds, will be a throw-in for the Red Hawks. Going to be taken by Sam Bakari. Or no, he'll hand it off to Max Millette. As we were saying, Wacona will be their next game, an away game, and then South Hadley their away game after that. And their last home game, which isn't actually going to be played here, it's going to be played at Hurley Field at 4, I'd assume, is going to be against Southwick. Ball into the box. Pachurik scores!
What a goal. Look at that. Not a corner, a throw-in straight into Pachurik and into the goal.
And that is exactly how Hampshire scored on the Red Hawks. That
It
set
is.
play off of the throw-in. But what Frontier didn't do was much more of a scramble when Hampshire scored. And Costa looking around with his hands in the air saying, "What are we doing, guys?" And he's absolutely right. There was no one that even attempted to move towards the ball, Isaac.
They were just standing still as statues, which is not something you want to see in a soccer game.
Yeah. And on the assist there was Max Millette. 2-0 Hawks early in the game. And, you know, the Red Hawks had to be expecting some kind of score like this. And, you know, playing against a team that is a division below you. Despite, you know, their high success rate in their own division, 7 wins so far out of the year. I believe the record 7-3-2, if I remember right. Don't quote me on it, but that's what I'm remembering from Mass Live and Arbiter. But just 5 minutes in, down 2 goals against one of the best teams in the division above them. So even just playing this game, Isaac, is actually going to boost their ranking in their own division quite sizably, actually.
Which is a thing that Frontier would like to see as well happen. They're going to slowly rise to the top of the table.
And that pass a little bit too far ahead from Millette, meant for Donovan. Going to be a throw-in for Pathfinder. Taken by the back line, number 13, Captain Xander Offrey. A soft throw-in right back to Pachurik, who heads it out of bounds. Traced the line for a moment.
And he's taking the throw-in again and doing a trick that loads of soccer players like to do. They like to draw off the ball with their jersey, which actually works a lot.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, it's going to slip straight off their cleat.
Yeah, absolutely. And also out of your hands. You're trying to get a, you know, precise throw-in. You want as much control as you can get on the ball. And we actually saw the moisture on the ball play into the game with Hampshire last night as Bakari in the box makes a nice move. Oh, and he tried to get it in to Donovan. now gets knocked down on the near side, will be a free kick for Pathfinder. But as we were saying with the game last night, Hampshire, the rain that had happened earlier that day, it was the dew on the field late in the night. It was, I mean, people were slipping and falling. The ball wasn't being able to be controlled quite as well. It's just, you know, the environment affecting the play on the pitch.
Yeah, we saw them slipping often as well. It wasn't just like a few occurrences. It was happening all the time.
A lot. I remember Reading might have had a chance, I believe, in the previous game to move the ball forward to possibly a scoring position, and he ended up slipping and falling because of the turf that they were playing on. Now Millette, a nice job in the back end for the Red Hawks, now sends it forward. Pachurik calms it down. Short pass over to Reading, who cuts to the inside. Up to Pachurik, and it's off of the face of Offrey, trying to get it up to Donovan, and it's cleared out of bounds. And see, I said off the face, that was off of his hand, which was up at his face, which is why it wasn't called a handball, because
he's protecting himself. It's an instinct as well.
Yes, absolutely an instinct. And the other thing that a lot of people don't realize when we're talking about handballs is it making the player's body larger than it actually is? That is a big determining factor. So if your arm goes outside of like your body, what's determined to be your body range, then oh my goodness, Radner plowing over his own player, Sam Bakari.
We can see that. I think the pitch is a little slippery still.
Yes, it definitely is.
They were slipping around like crazy. Bakari actually was sliding a little bit, but managed to gain control, only to get caught up in a big mess. But he's still up. He's still standing.
All the seniors still standing and waiting for their chance, just as Donovan was at the start of this game. And that feed meant for Bakari will be cleared out by Pathfinder. Millette works it back in their zone. Short pass over to Radner, and now it's deflected over to the far side. Getting back to it is Pachurik, who loses the ball to the midfield. And Vincent Warner. Millette now across the midfield line. Few good stutter steps there, and he gets the ball past Reading, and some miscommunication between Reading and Vincent Warner there will result in a reset for the Red Hawks. And this is what this backline has done so well.
Yes.
This just staying calm, getting those clean passes off, and despite the fact it's only 3 of them back there right now. I mean, Vincent Warner, I believe, is supposed to be on the back line with them, and we usually see a group of 4, but they seem to be playing a little bit more up tonight, possibly in a mid position, defensive mid, I guess you could say. But I mean, it doesn't faze them at all. They have confidence in this game. The attacking power is up front, and it's senior night. They want those big guys to score. They've put in so much effort for this program, and they want it to pay off tonight, as Eric Larson will check in on the sideline, get ready to sub in once the Red Hawks gain possession on a stoppage of play. The ball gets by Cachuongo on a rare moment as he's shoved away by Roman. Jaleel Roman almost created an opportunity for the Pathfinder Pioneers, and it will be cleared out by Cachuongo as he recovers from his earlier misstep. Radner, midfield, will pass it back. Bessler, good play to keep it in bounds, and the pass forward deflected, meant for Bakari, but he gets back to it. A good body, and it was trying to pitch it forward. Reading, top of the box. Reading can't quite wind up. Loose ball, and he loses it to the back line. Now Radner will get taken down in a free kick for the Red Hawks in a beautiful position.
This is going to be dangerous for Pathfinder, as it is right outside their home. Let's see how this is going to play out. Let's see how Pathfinder, what's their mascot?
Pioneers.
The Pioneers. The Pathfinder Pioneers.
That's what I was saying. It's confusing. We usually have the games against Pioneer Valley. It is 53 degrees right now, by the way, in South Deerfield. I just checked. As Donovan, with a goal already, sends it right into the wall and will be blown dead by the referee, Pathfinder's ball. I'm not sure what the call was there. It might have been a handball, actually, by Bakari.
I couldn't really see.
I couldn't see either, but the ball jumped off high off of the wall, and he was right there on top of it. So I feel like that's a fair enough assumption. And a nice touch. Now, that's not Roman moving it forward. That was Adonis Dupre, also a player from Palmer, as a matter of fact. Redding turning on the Jets, trying to get there in time, and he will force almost a throw-in for the Red Hawks, but it gets cleared past Vincent Warner, who tries to recover, and it will be cleared out to Casey Bestler.
And we can see the Frontier defense, they're really working hard here because they are the backbone of the team. They're doing a lot. Something that people don't really realize is that defenders play a huge role in a game. You know, everyone wants to be the main striker, but at the end of the day, you got to give some credit to the defenders at the back.
Even more credit almost. I mean, you know, the strikers are the ones who put the points on the board, but at the same time, the defenders make the strikers' job easier because, you know, you don't have to score 15 goals to win the game. Instead, you only have to score a couple because the defenders stop the ball so much and so efficiently. And that's what the Red Hawks really pride themselves on this season. That's why they're second in the division right now. And that cross gets all the way to Vincent Warner. He works it forward off of the double team. And Redding wins the header out of bounds. Was trying to get it to Vincent Warner, but pulled it to his left.
It was close though, but just a little too out. And also we had Carl Wright come in now.
For the Pathfinders.
Yes, he was a sub for, what's his name? Taylor Clark.
One of the seniors that was recognized before the game by Miss Russell, our, what's her position? Attendance officer?
Yeah.
I guess that sounds very, I don't know, that sounds like something I'd refer to a police officer as.
Attendance officer.
An officer. It sounds very
Office of
regulatory.
Attendance.
Yeah. 13 minutes gone in the first half. And the Hawks are up 2-0 with 2 quick goals. And now it's slowed down a little bit. Pathfinder starting to get some momentum on offense as they head it forward, broken up by Millette. And Max Millette will chip it forward and out of bounds, throw in for the Pioneers.
Looks like it can be unpredictable here because you never know. Pioneer, they might manage to get through that very strong backbone defense of the Red Hawks. So let's see how this is going to play out.
Yeah, it definitely could happen. And now out of bounds again. And we're going to have to get a camera on that guy over there. That's Camden Skiffington on the sideline, standing next to Owen Babb. And he has a luxurious wig on over there. I don't know if you can see him, Isaac. Right over there.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking for Owen Babb.
You see, it's the long blonde hair.
Oh, my. Yeah, that's
We're
him.
going to have to get a camera on him during halftime. But meanwhile, back on the pitch, the Hawks have moved the ball away from their box, but now it's moved back forward up to Dupre, fighting for it against Bessler. A wonderful play around the legs of Dupre, and now past Pachurik, who could have assisted in the clear there.
And Donovan charging towards that ball.
And that's what he does, but he creates so much pressure on everyone on the other team because he's relentless.
Yeah.
He goes after everyone, Isaac, and he doesn't stop until you lose your nerve and you give the ball away. Donovan up to the middle of the field. Redding sees an opportunity and gets there in time. Redding stays up, breaks a tackle, and Redding with an opening. He's got Pachurik in the box, will slow it down, send it in behind Pachurik. Coming in hot is Donovan, slows it down, takes a strike, and it goes wide to the right. Missed opportunity there for the Red Hawks, but it was, the pass was pulled a little bit too far to Redding's right there.
Yeah.
He just got a little bit too far behind it, I think. Got too much of his heel there.
Yeah, and then the defender just came at the right time to stop that kick because it looked like it would have been a shot on goal. But the defender came in.
It will be a corner kick and be taken by number 17, Eric Larson. Big powerhouse in the midfield, and Pachurik can't bury it. It was a good setup, just a little bit too far to the right of the goal. If that had gone just a few more feet, I mean, that would have been buried by a mile.
Yeah. And now, this is something, again, you don't really see too much. Defenders taking the kick
I
for
think
the goalkeeper.
we talked about it during the South Hadley game,
Yeah,
too,
we
I
did,
think,
yeah,
when we
yeah.
covered that. It's an odd thing. Again, yeah, you don't see it that much. And you also don't see a guy holding his shirt up by his mouth that much. By that, it's exactly what he did, is he took that goal kick. That's even stranger. I have no explanation for that.
Maybe he's a little sweaty.
Bakari, Pachurik heads it forward, and it's saved by Santiago. In goal tonight for the Pathfinders, senior Aiden Santiago, wearing number 7.
That was a beautiful header by Millette, though. That was really good.
It's a fantastic job. And Pachurik just getting a lot of chances so far.
Yeah,
on the
really.
goal. I mean, he's like, I guess you could say that his goal against Hampshire has really boosted his confidence, but he's been great so far this whole season. I mean, he's been a huge force as a striker and just as a point scorer, as a goal scorer for the Red Hawks.
And a big battle all right around the sideline here.
Right where the subs are ready to check in at midfield.
Yeah.
Staying up is Adonis Dupre. Now Millette wins the battle in the corner, and the call looks like it will be a goal kick. And now the ref, Millette, trying to interpret the signal. It looks like it will be a corner. No, a free kick.
A free
okay.
kick.
Going to be taken by Justin Davis, number 3 in white. The ref will pull the ball back a little bit. Not a lot of offensive support up there for the Pioneers, it seems.
Yeah.
Absorbed into the sea of red. The strike up the middle, headed out by Frazier, and Pachurik can't quite get his boot on it, and now he does, clears it out. And the Hawks breathe a sigh of relief as Owen Pear will come up with the ball and send it back down in for the Pioneers. Frazier turns the corner on Dupre, and a nice pass forward. Bakari works back to the middle. Bakari using his speed, and a strike forward will be scooped up by Santiago. Could have gotten to either Donovan or Pachurik.
But just a little too fast.
Yeah, a little bit too much juice on that kick, and that ball will be sent into the stands as Bakari hits the deck.
And here come the subs coming on for the Red Hawks.
Given some of the seniors and Ian Pachurik a rest, Donovan, Redding, and Pachurik heading to the bench as Gifford comes on, Pleasant comes on, and that's Carter Miller. That's from right to left on your screen. And now a throw-in going to be taken by Millette on the near side. Could be another set play goal as Cachuango runs into the box, waiting for a header. It's loose. Pleasant knocks it down. Pleasant maybe with a shot, sends it forward, and it's saved by Santiago. And Cachuango, we've been talking about it. He wants a goal bad. He's gotten a few earlier in the season, but as the postseason creeps forward closer and closer, he wants to prove himself offensively as well as defensively.
Yeah,
I mean,
indeed.
you can look at any game we've covered, and he's been more than outstanding on defense. Him and Frazier, I mean, I can't even call out any of them specifically. They work so cohesively as a unit. That back line, it's phenomenal. It really is. It's a marvel to look at as they clear yet another ball, and it ends up being up to the midfield to bring it up forward. As Frazier gets beat to the ball, but he deflects it out of bounds, will be a corner kick with 20 minutes to go in the first half.
I believe that was Pioneer's first actual shot, well, towards the goal. I think that's the closest they've gotten so far tonight.
I think that you're right, Isaac. And now I think that they'll have another opportunity here.
Yeah.
If they can get a good ball in.
But it's interesting that lots of their team are held kind of far back.
Yeah, I think that they're expecting a clear and maybe a volley strike, but that ball is sent over the head of their striker, Costa, and a beautiful clear from Bakari down the field, grading Gifford, and he'll let the ball go out of bounds as he runs down the field into position. Now, I've been wanting to say this for a little bit, but I haven't really gotten the chance to. Gifford, his hair, you know who it reminds me of?
Who?
Palmer. Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer. And it's not a bad thing. I like it. And that's a big crash into the fence as the ball is cleared out by Pathfinder. But I noticed that. And Bakari has to take a step back. He was going to throw the ball in from already in play for a moment.
Just something you don't really want to do.
Yeah, got a little disoriented, I guess. Bessler crossed the field to Cachuango, who thought about running it up, but now will be sent over to Jaleel Roman, who gets taken down by Frazier, was not expecting him to be right there on top of him. And Cachuango with a soft touch past midfield. Larson works it back and crossed to the other side. Bessler, and now Cachuango. They've been playing this cross game beautifully, and it's, I mean, they've kept the ball away from Pathfinder, and now they get to work it forward. This is what they love to do. And
they love to keep possession of the ball, which is very important in the game.
There will be, I think that's a shoe tying happening here.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, they're just holding the time for it. Now the throw in from the Pioneers will be out of bounds. Red Hawks ball. Tristan Valderrama will be called in. Coming out is Vincent Warner, who's been plenty aggressive on the far side tonight. We talked a little bit about Tavo Vincent Warner in the game yesterday, Isaac, but he makes the most of every single time that he's out on the field. Every time the ball is anywhere close to him, he races to it. He does everything he can to make a play on that ball.
And he does great.
Nice feed forward. Gifford maybe with a chance. And Gifford
Gifford!
scores!
Number 23 for the Red Hawks. Gifford making the score 3-0.
And wait for the chance. He's a freshman because he is, folks. I'm waiting for the chance. They better come, because that was a great ball in and a great goal scored by Graydon Gifford. And a timeout will be called after that. The Pathfinder Pioneers will go down 3-0 with 17 and a half minutes left in the first half. The game isn't shut out yet. They can, I mean, 3 goals is a lot, but it's a feasible comeback with this much time left, Isaac. But
it's going to be hard to do. It's going to be a real challenge.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a lot of changes, especially in the midfield.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that a little bit more when we come back from this break. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television.
Frontier goal scored by Graydon Gifford.
Hello and welcome back to Frontier Community Access Television. I'm Mason Smith here tonight with Isaac Wormgore, Braden Repold, Tom Albert, Tyler Wolkowitz, Kelsey Baker, Mia Warden. That might be it. We have another big shoot tonight. I think I got everyone. Okay.
And Connor Mebius.
Yes, Connor Mebius. Oh my God, I know I forgot someone. Okay, sorry, Connor. Coming back from a timeout, 17-17 is on the clock for the first half. Hawks are up 3-0 on their senior night. Goal scored by Ian Pachurik, Graydon Gifford, and big name tonight, TJ Donovan, one of the seniors being celebrated here in South Deerfield. And we're coming off of a timeout taken by Pathfinder, Isaac. They really need to turn things around and start production fast.
Yeah.
They have, let me think, 55 minutes? Yeah, 56 minutes now to make a comeback, force a tie, something close.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yes, playing a team that is a division higher than you, that is a good thing for your rankings. It can boost you up, but not if you get blown out 3, 4, 5 to nothing.
Exactly.
And I mean, that's what happened in the game that Frontier had against Lennox. 7-1 was the score of that game in favor of the Red Hawks. And I mean, there's nothing in that score that is going to help the rankings of Lennox from that game. I can't imagine that that boosted anything for them. So the idea of coming into this game and choosing this independent match, as Bakari has an opening. Sam Bakari will be called offside.
Ooh.
The hand went up, but I didn't hear the whistle. But as we were saying, this is, I believe, an out-of-league game for these teams. It is. Pathfinder is not in Frontier's league, and so this was a chosen matchup by the two ADs from Frontier and from Pathfinder. And so to make this decision, they had to take in a bunch of different factors, including how could this possibly boost our rankings, you know? And if Pathfinder felt confident enough to take this game, you got to imagine that they felt confident enough to win it in order to take it. As Roman heads it into the box right to Frazier, who will clear it out with a nice strike. Gifford, and a wonderful touch to calm it down.
Yeah.
That was beautifully
wow.
done.
Proper touch, like something you'd see Neymar Jr. do. That was amazing.
And now Gifford racing to the ball as it's fed forward to him, and he punches it a little bit too far out of bounds on Gifford. And an unfortunate update on the sideline is Will Redding. He's being tended to by Frontier's athletic trainer. It looks like there's something wrong with his ankle or his foot, perhaps. There's some...
Possibly rolled it on this wet field over here.
That's exactly what I was thinking. But he's smiling over at the crowd. Seems to be in just some mild discomfort. But going into the end of the season here, Western Mass Tournament, you don't want to have any of your players down. You want a full roster, full potential, and give those teams everything you got and more. So playing it safe tonight might be the best option for Coach Evan Horton when it comes to the topic of Will Redding.
Especially when you're in a lead like this as well.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, no doubt the Hawks feel confident enough with a lead like this, so they don't necessarily need him in this game. But in the future, you know, you have those games against Racona, South Hadley, and Southwick that you have to face over the next week or two.
Right.
You know,
the teams that are proper threats as well.
Exactly, exactly. And I mean, the guys on the field would tell you there's no proper threat to us except for Hampshire. South Hadley can give them a run for their money, though. I can tell you that. It was a 2-1 win for the Red Hawks, if I remember right, when they played them last. And I remembered wrong. It was 2-0 when they played them last, which was all the way at the start of their season, 4th or 5th game, if I remember right. But now Frazier on the field. We might be able to try and go out and cover their second matchup. That is a league game now.
And we have, Casey Betzler back onto the pitch, supporting the back.
And that's a good thing to see. If folks were at the game last night, you would remember Bessler taking a bit of a fall. He told us after the game that he had a bad cramp in his calf, but he's all right now, and you can tell he's playing to his full potential on the field tonight. Playing it safe, though, not doing anything too strenuous, and like we were saying, don't push yourself too far when these games seem to be relatively safe wins for the Red Hawks. They're confident coming into these games, with the exception of South Hadley. I think that's the only game where they're really going to try and bring their A squad, their A game. And we can see on the sideline, Mickey Brownlow from the JV squad standing up, maybe getting ready to go out onto the pitch with under 13 minutes left here. But now Gifford with a nice feed forward. Pleasant punches it too far ahead, and it will be sent to the far side. Valderrama not there for it. And Larson will calm it down for the Red Hawks. Reset up top and a feed forward. Bakari can try and get there, and it's scooped up by Santiago, covered by his defender. And a low ball punt is sent right back by Bessler and the Red Hawks.
There's some really good plays happening here. Very quick as well, which is going to be a challenge for both teams here, really. Because Frontier surely does not want to let a goal slip in, especially, you know, when in the lead like this. They want to keep it that 3-0 score.
Absolutely.
A nil score. But Pathfinder doing everything they can to try at least get some goals in, so their position in their league does not drop.
Yeah, and I mean, the Red Hawks, because we talked about Pathfinder's perspective of why would they take this game. If they took this game, they felt like, you know, we could put up a good match with them, get a decently close game, maybe even, you know, pull off a win or make it close in some way, and that would boost our rankings because they're a division above us. So why would you turn it around? Why would the Red Hawks choose to play a game against a team that's a division below them? This isn't a team that's relatively, like, close by to us, I don't think. There's not a set rivalry. At Gifford, almost with a chance there, but it's popped up back to midfield. Larson to calm it down, and Fripp in the area for the Red Hawks. But as we were saying, and now Roman will be shut down by Fripp. A nice move to his right side.
Wow.
to kill one of the best chances so far, honestly. I mean, that could have been a big breakaway for Jaleel Roman.
Yeah, we were warned about Rowan too, as you were saying earlier. He's good. He's a good player.
He's a fast guy. Besides Eddie, I didn't hear any comment on his technique or his skill, but he was fast. And, you know, on the soccer pitch, that's something to watch out for by all means.
And especially the agility, too, that comes with speed. You can go straight around defenders, midfielders.
Yeah,
everyone.
absolutely. And now Bakari takes a hit and brings the ball forward. And there will be a yellow card given to Justin Davis of Pathfinder.
Wow. Haven't seen a yellow card being called in a long time.
Yeah. And that's a quick yellow card, too. You don't usually see those until the second half.
Yeah.
Or at least very late in the first half. We're 30 minutes into the game. That's still pretty early for it, I'd say. But he gets the booking.
The coaches of Pathfinder not looking too pleased about that call either.
Yeah. I don't think that they're necessarily upset at the refs. They're more upset with Davis.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And now Mickey Brownlow and plenty of the younger kids will be coming in for the starting squad for the Red Hawks. Backline stays relatively intact, except for Bessler. Bessler's the only one who came off. Valderrama drops back to compensate. But Frazier sends it into the box. A good ball in, headed out. Fripp is in the area, and he'll look to play it back. Kachuango is there. Ben Kachuango, spin move to his left, moves it forward. Ben Kachuango looking for an opening lane, and now he sends it over to Pazmandi. Kachuango again takes a hit. Radner. Kachuango fighting for it, and Jaleel Roman making a play all by himself, sends it forward. Looking for the centering pass, and calling off the defenders is Jack Cusson, who scoops the ball up after a wide shot pulled by the right winger, who has his hands over his head right now, maybe a cramp or maybe in disbelief. He had a chance there. He really did.
Yeah.
And that is a low strike, unusually low for Jack Cusson. But the Hawks will try and recover. Racing down now and winning the ball away from Kachuango. That's number 5. Bousquet sends it out of bounds. Will be a goal kick for Cusson.
I can already tell Bousquet and Roman, they're definitely working together to build something up. Both very, very fast. And yeah, that could be dangerous for the Frontier team. You can see them getting through past Ben Cachuano, who is onto the star defender for the Frontier team.
Yeah, absolutely. He arguably is the best guy back there, even though the back line is so solid. Bishop
Everyone on the back line's amazing.
Almost gets the ball off of the clear there, but it will be a Frontier throw-in. Under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Still 3-0 Red Hawks after 2 early goals and one a few minutes later from Graydon Gifford after he checked in off of the bench. Gifford was not on the starting lineup tonight, and he's on the bench right now after having a good outing in the front line for Frontier so far tonight. Kachuango, his pass forward gets stopped. He loses the ball and his balance, recovers quickly, and now Pathfinder to send it forward. Valderrama, who shifted back to the back line, will let the ball go out of bounds. A smart defensive play there.
Yeah.
And now he hands it off to Grayson Bishop to throw the ball in. Bishop into the middle. Miller back to Kachuango. And there is Mickey Brownlow, who, like we said, coming from the JV squad.
I think the youngest player on the team, right?
Yeah, 8th grader. Yeah. He's the only 8th grader on the pitch right now. Double checking. Yeah, there's the youngest players for Pathfinder are freshmen. So he is the youngest player on the field tonight, and that will play tonight. And that front line for the Red Hawks, despite not being the starting lineup or regular players even, making the defense for Pathfinder scramble a little bit. They almost were able to break through there, and they're looking to do so again. Miller won't get there quite in time, but Fripp does. Xavier Fripp up to Radner. Radner, the powerhouse at midfield, up to Pazmandi. Adrian Pazmandi speeding, turns the corner, pulls a shot, and it's deflected up and wide.
What a shot, bro. That shot was amazing.
And what a save from Santiago.
That was a great save, too. That could have just clipped the goal and go straight in, hit the crossbar and go in.
but it will be a corner kick for the Redhawks as the Pioneers kill some time by sending the ball onto the track. Just about 6 minutes left, excuse me, to go in the first half, as Gus Ratner will line up for the corner kick. In the mix is senior captain Ben Cachuango. Frazier runs forward, and he receives it, punches it in, and it's scooped up by Santiago. They had that play run up from the start.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. And that was a good save as well by Santiago, because if you look at it, it's hard. Everyone's in front of you. It's hard to see what's going on.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Stressful. So, yeah, it was a good play by Santiago, the goalkeeper.
Absolutely. And Dupre on that play, which will now be another Redhawks corner. He touched the ball up and went over his head, and he lost the ball completely. He had no idea where it was, and now the Hawks will have another set play on the near corner this time. Frazier running in once again. Will they look to send it to him? They won't, into the pile, and it almost is an own goal.
Oh no, that was dangerous.
Wow. On the play there for, I guess, the eventual clear for Pathfinder is Evan Costa. And now another ball in from the corner. Cleared out, and now speeding ahead, it's Bousquet. Bousquet gets taken down by Frazier, and a free kick will be given.
Wow, that was a big takedown right there.
But a great defensive play nonetheless, stopping a play like that when they had so much momentum, and now Frazier will kill the drive in. And that ball trying to be moved forward by Ronan Zub, one of the younger players on the field tonight for the Pioneers. Only a freshman on the front line, but now he'll be subbed out. 3:40 on the clock. Throw-in going to be taken by Pathfinder as Frazier ties his shoes.
Towards Frontier's goal as well.
Roman can't quite retain possession, and neither can Pazmandi. But as we were saying, the reasoning for the Hawks taking this game is that they're confident enough in themselves and thinking that they can rely on the quality of play coming from Pathfinder, that they can have a big enough win where they won't have their rankings drop because of the fact that this is a team that is a division below them. Cusson scoops the ball up, and Roman yelling at his teammates saying, "You got to be there, man. I need help up here," which is more than true, as Brownlow assists Pleasant, who gets bumped off of the ball, and a good defensive play forcing a throw-in for the Redhawks. Pleasant was on the ball there for Frontier, but if the Hawks can keep a lead of 3 or more goals, then they'll get the maximum differential that they can on the MIA rankings, which is exactly what they want out of this game, which would, again, help offset the fact that this team has a lower overall rating in comparison to the Redhawks because they are a division below them.
Right, yeah.
All this information courtesy of Mr. Carl Sear in his sports management class. Sign up for the class if he offers it next year. I don't think he will. We're driving him crazy. But anyway, Carter Miller up to Pleasant, who stumbles off the ball, barely got to it, and a pop fly. Valderrama gets there and clears it out of bounds. Went off the inside of his foot there.
Yeah, no, it's hard to do a kick like that, though, as well, because your leg has to go up high. So
yeah,
kudos to him for managing to at least hit the ball, even though it went out.
Yeah, it's a great point. Dupre heads it forward, getting it up to his teammate, and oh, what a play, will be a free kick for Pathfinder, going to be from back a ways. That's a bit farther back than I would have thought they would place it.
Yeah. And the Pathfinder getting ready, getting set up for this free kick. This is their moment, Mason. This is, especially now, we only have 2 minutes on the clock.
under 2 minutes left. Time going to be taken by the refs here, and taking the quick strike, looking for goal, and Cusson could have let it go out of bounds, but he was playing it safe. A good job from the freshman keeper. as he hurls it way downfield. What a throw. Sign him to the quarterback. And Pleasant cuts back inside. A nice pass a little bit behind. Pazmandi. And he gets to the ball. Pazmandi with a breakaway. Adrian Pazmandi gets knocked off of the ball, and it will be a penalty kick.
Wow. This could really this could be a new score.
Is it a penalty kick? It looks like it is. Okay.
I would imagine so. It was inside the box.
I couldn't quite tell from the celebration on both sides, but it will be a penalty kick for the Red Hawks. You have to imagine Pazmandi will take it.
Tensions are rising. I cannot imagine what the pressure for Santiago is right now. Everyone's looking at him. Everyone's looking, can he save this goal? But more importantly, the Red Hawks praying that
Pazmandi's lined up for the ball.
Like, can he do it?
There's the ball.
Can he do it?
And this would give the Hawks a dominant lead coming into the second half.
Yes.
Likely one of the last plays we'll see in the first half here. Both teams lined up right outside the box. Pazmandi and Santiago. There's the whistle. Pazmandi strikes, and he scores!
What a shot from Pazmandi, number 2 on the Red Hawks team, setting the score to 4-0 in the first half. 4-0. I wonder how Pathfinder is going to come back from this. This is going to be a challenge for them to...
And that's exactly what everyone here is wondering right now. I mean, 3-0, that's one thing. You do have 40 minutes to come back from that. To tie the game, you need a goal every 10 minutes now.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a near impossibility with the way that Frontier's backline has been holding up.
And that just doesn't
to
work
the
in
offense.
soccer either. That's just not how it works.
It's so rare that you see something like that. I mean, even in sports that are similar to soccer, where like, you know, the frequency of goal scoring is similar, like ice hockey. You know, if you see a game where you have, you know, more than 3 goals scored in the last period of the game, you got to go and watch the highlights because you got to see how that happened. That's incredible. The team that was in the lead must have crumbled. You know, it's like that's the only explanation. And getting too far
Frontier
ahead
goal
of the
scored
ball
by Adrian Pazmandi.
was Justin Davis. And that's a great moment for Pazmandi.
Yeah, really setting his record. He's not on the pitch that often, but when he is, we can see he does a great job here.
Yeah, proving his worth, definitely. And I mean, this is what makes the Hawks a threat. You know, they have that depth and a beautiful ball sent forward, headed towards the goal. Pleasant!
What a goal!
My God!
Wow! How can Pathfinder come back from this? 5-0 in the first half. A beautiful header right over the goalkeeper's head.
And the unfortunate thing for Pathfinder in all of this is, to be quite frank with them, this is Frontier's B squad.
Yeah.
This is almost none of their starting players are out there. I think, let me scan over this squad really quick. One senior is out there, and it's Ben Cachuango.
Yeah.
And I don't imagine for a second that Horton is going to take him off of the pitch.
It's his moment to shine.
Absolutely. It's his senior night. Why are you going to do that? I mean, up 5-0, playing against Frontier's B squad, and Pathfinder can't even. I mean, I think I've seen 2 shots on goal, but no credit taken away at all from the players like Jaleel Roman, who have been playing their hearts out so
Frontier
far.
goal
Isaac.
scored by Henry Pleasant.
It honestly has been heartbreaking to watch him as we go into the half here. He's been putting his heart and soul, blood, sweat, and tears out onto the pitch so far. And it's just been coming to nothing because he doesn't have the support. And that's what he's saying to his teams. That's what he's going to say in the huddle. Like when they go to the huddle over on the right side of the field to us, they will be talking about that, no doubt. But we'll see if Pathfinder will be able to get on the scoreboard at all in the next 40 minutes of play. When we come back from halftime, we'll be back in a few minutes. Score is 5-0. Hawks on top on senior night. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. welcome back to Frontier Community Access Television. It is cold.
Oh, it
it's
is
really
chilly.
cold. I need gloves badly, but I don't have any. Anyway, it's the second half. Hawks are up 5-0 on their senior night, and it looks like they will have a lot of their starters back out on the field, including Ben Cachuongo. Pathfinder looking for an answer. A win might arguably be out of reach for them in the next 40 minutes of this game, but a score is not unlikely. I mean, you have a chance to actually get on the board. Well, hold on. Now I don't know who is in goal because it's not Santiago anymore, and I cannot see a number on his back.
Looks like they're switching goalkeepers last minute.
I would look at the roster and I'd say, oh, it's number 0, but we saw on the sideline a player with the number 0. So I have no idea who that is. There's no positions listed on my roster, so I'm not going to be able to tell you guys who is in goal for the second half.
Yeah, this is.
I mean, this is honestly though, this is not a terrible strategy for Pathfinder. You're down by this much. Anything to get a goal, anything to stop the score. Maybe he's just got some magic tonight. You never know, and that's why they put these guys in. And the Hawks still playing with their regular formation, and back on the pitch is Pachurik, Donovan, and Miller, the heavy hitters, and a light backfield tonight. Only 3 guys set on that back line. Cachuongo, Frazier, and Bessler from the bottom to the top of your screen. Hawks have switched sides on the pitch. They will now be scoring to your left as Donovan gets the ball chipped away from him. Will be a throw-in for the Red Hawks right in front of their bench. And we'll likely see a similar rotation happen that happened last half, Isaac. We start with the heavy hitters, and then we go to the B squad eventually. But the exception might be some of the seniors who they really want to see get those goals.
Because it's their moment to shine right now, and you can see the pitch is still a little wet as Fraser had a little slip up right there.
Yeah. They're recovering well, though. They're maintaining their balance and control on the ball and of themselves. And I believe the only senior to score so far tonight was TJ Donovan, who started the night off strong with Frontier's first goal. And now the pass over to the far side, Carter Miller going to pass back. It's Max Millette. And the only senior that is on the attacking squad right now for the Red Hawks is TJ Donovan. The rest are juniors and sophomores.
And great passing, as we saw from the first half, from both teams really, keeping a good chemistry, because that's something I'd argue is the most important part of the team.
Yeah.
The chemistry. Because you can have the best players in the world, but put them all in a team and they don't know each other, they can't play together. That's just not how it works.
Exactly. And right there, Cachuongo makes a nice move by himself, but who's he going to clear it out to? He knows Larson's going to be there because he has faith in Larson. He knows him, and these guys know each other, and they trust each other, and it helps with everything that you see on the field that you
really
sit back and you watch and you say, man, how do they do that? They do that because they know each other, and they know where they're going to be on the field.
Exactly.
Trying to move it forward is Pleasant there. Henry Pleasant had that phenomenal goal that we witnessed just a few minutes ago. It was the closing goal of the first half, a wonderful header beyond the goalie's reach as the goalie was running right at him. And that made it 5-0 Red Hawks, which is the score right now at the start of the second half. Up to Donovan on the near side. Tries Millette in the middle, and it will be taken away by Dupre. Dupre down the near side, and it will be too far and out of bounds for Caden Bousquet. Bousquet pretty aggressive in the last half. Had a few of the better opportunities for the Pioneers. Him and Roman, Jaleel Roman, were really spearheading the offensive attacks for this team. But now, Radner up the near side. It's Ian Pachurik. Pachurik with 1 goal already tonight turns the corner. Pachurik weaves through the legs of a defender, and it's knocked down and cleared out by the Pioneers. Millette And now Cachuango moves it forward to Radner. They'll try the other side with Larson, who finds Miller on the baseline, and it's taken out of bounds by Evan Costa, who did not touch the ball. It was a good slide to protect the ball, though.
It really was. Great efforts from both sides of the team here. And I can't wait to see this goalkeeper get some action, this mysterious player who we don't know.
Yeah, I really have no guess as to who he is. I mean, we didn't get any mention of a backup goalkeeper from the coaches of Pathfinder, so we'll just have to see. And what a move from Radner, opening at the top of the box, and he sends it wide to the right.
But that was a great move. Wow.
It's a fantastic job. Spin move to his left, and he found the opening. I mean, because you don't need to get it in the box. You just need that open shot at the goal and to take something that will beat the goalkeeper, which typically you want to hit that top shelf.
Exactly.
And now a line drive brought down by Radner.
With a great touch as well.
And working it backwards is one of the midfielders for Pathfinder, Justin Davis, but that play is killed. Now an advantage here for the Redhawks as they catch them in transition. Down to the near side, it's TJ Donovan. Donovan tries the centering pass over the head of Pachurik, who brings it down. Pachurik with a whiff strike, and it's covered up by the keeper.
What a good dive
down
save,
hard, and we might have an injury timeout for Pathfinder, but no, it looks like he is all right. Out on the field limping off right now. Or no, not limping off. Limping back into position is Xander Offrey, number 13. He's one of their captains, actually.
Yeah.
And it seems like he just landed a little awkwardly on one of his legs. He's immediately under pressure from the Redhawks. Pachurik back to Radner. And now Donovan on the near side sends it in. Oh, and what a save! Beautifully done.
This goalkeeper, it's a shame we don't know who he is.
I wish I could give him some credit. That was fantastic.
Wow. That's what Pathfinder needs right now. They need someone to stop these goals because Frontier keeps making all of these advances, all these shots on goal. They just can't let it in anymore. Especially now at 5-0, they really cannot let anything slip through.
But the more important thing is getting it out of your offensive zone, as that's pinballed off the head of Pachurik and now cleared out by the Pioneers. Roman off the touch, sent forward. Dupre in an odd man rush. Now cuts past Cachuango, and opening here. Bessler racing back, a strike, and it goes wide to the right.
Another very close goal from Pathfinder, which they're starting, I think they're starting to make a little comeback now. They realized they had a little talk during halftime, what they need to focus on, what they need to do.
Yeah.
And I think they're better than they were the first half, in my opinion.
Well, you definitely could say that based off of this play, Isaac, but I mean, Frontier's been spending the entire half so far in their offensive zone.
True.
That was a great breakaway, and it sets up an offensive opportunity. I mean, they're doing good, right here in this moment. Bousquet helping to make that play happen and forcing the corner. His hand goes up, he'll take it himself, sends it into the box, and Cachuango heads it out of the way. Larson up the pitch to Henry Pleasant, who gets taken down by one of the backline members, Talon Clark. Quick free kick going to be taken. Frazier way down the field, right to the keeper, who almost came up too far. That would have gone over his head and possibly in to the goal.
Like we saw in the fifth goal that Frontier scored, that's exactly what happened. The goalkeeper came a little too out of the box, went right across his head and couldn't make it back in time to stop that ball.
And Radner takes a tumble off of a clean challenge as Donovan races back, breaks up the offensive push, and now he's there to help clear it out. Once again, that's Bousquet making something happen for the Pathfinder Pioneers. Throw in, taking quick. Pachurik looks down the field. Pleasant is right there for it. Pleasant gets the ball stripped away, and it will be a corner kick for the Redhawks. On the ball there was Evan Costa. Costa had a lot of frustration at the end of that first half with Pleasant's goal. Picked up the ball and punted it into the middle of the pitch after the goal was scored, and now Eric Larson will be taking the corner kick for the Redhawks. Hand goes up, they'll take it fast, sent forward. Cachuango gets blocked.
Wow, that was a great attempt by Cachuango right there, almost making it in. That's what he wants, he needs it, and he feels that it's his time to shine. especially on his senior night, Mason.
He's so ready for it. I mean, he's been talking about it to us. He's been waiting for it, and that was his chance and a wonderful denial. I mean, perfect execution, exactly where you want to be, and he held his ground. As the train will come by, you'll see it on your screens, a slow freight, and it will go out of bounds in favor of the Pioneers.
Got to love the train track right by the field.
It's great. It adds a lot to the vibe.
It does.
And also, speaking of the vibe, the mist settling above the field now. You can see it in the floodlights as a chance is denied by the back line of Pathfinder once again. Motioning everyone to move forward is Offrey, who seems to have recovered from his injury. But now they might have to fall back as the Hawks have the ball off a throw-in. Up to Radner. Gus Radner works the middle with Larson. Pachurik over the head of Larson, but Miller will be there to recover. They'll reset with Max Millette, who looks to send it downfield on the near side and not quite far enough away from the defense.
Donovan lays it onto that ball, really wanting that. It's that great focus he has, and he's quick as well. He will charge anyone, and that's great. That's what you need. That's what you need on the soccer team. It adds that pressure, like you said earlier, Mason.
Yeah, and Millette will try the other side, a little bit too far for Carter Miller.
Yeah.
Covered well by the defense, I might add. And now 30 minutes left in the game. No score change in the 10 minutes we've had so far in the second half.
However, really close though.
Yeah,
really close.
Couple really close opportunities for both teams as Carter Miller works past two defenders and now gets stopped on the third and will be cleared out by number 11, Costa. You can really see it's starting to settle in thick.
Yeah,
Isaac. I mean,
missed. I thought it was smoke at first because it smells kind of smoky out here.
Yeah, and down on the field is Carter Miller, going to be helped to his feet by Eric Larson. Looks like he just slipped a little bit there. But a free kick or maybe a throw-in for the Redhawks on the far side of the field. And it is smoky. I'll blame that on the train going by.
Yeah.
But it is a free kick. Radner sends it in. Loose ball. And Cachuango back heel was trying something special there. But it goes wide to the right.
He was really limited with opportunities there because he had defenders all around him. So
he didn't have the time to turn around
exactly.
either. So, I mean, a good take, honestly. And, you know, maybe in a different situation, in a closer game, we would be saying something different. But when you're really just trying to score a goal for your senior night, it's a good a take as you can get, really.
Exactly. And especially now that front is in the lead by this much as well, they can start taking some risks too.
Yeah.
They don't need the goals. It'll be nice to have the goals, don't get me wrong.
The more important thing right now for the Redhawks is to efficiently kill time and keep it in their offensive zone, which is exactly what they've been doing as Vincent Warner sends it up to Ian Pachurik. Pachurik cuts inside, beats two defenders, and it doesn't leave it hanging for Radner. He thought about it, but now he passes it back to Millette, who sends it forward. Back to Millette, wind up strike, and it goes wide to the left. Good coverage from the goalie as well. He was ready to pounce on it, but let it go by for a goal kick. And Jazzy Hayes is getting flipped over the fence on the sideline, but she gets pulled back at the last instant anyway on the pitch. We're getting a lot of interesting antics on the sideline tonight. We saw people playing chicken as well on each other's shoulders. People now getting thrown over the fence, I guess.
It's a great night, though.
No, that's what happened. She lost her Gatorade on the other side of the fence, and she was trying to reach it. I see. Okay.
But it's a great night in general, though. Everyone understands it's senior night.
Yeah.
Everyone's out here trying to
Great
make the most of it. Exactly.
Yeah.
On a nice Tuesday.
And I'd also like to mention that the New York Mets have beat the Philadelphia Phillies in a 7-2 game at home. They will go up 2-1 in the series. Let's go Mets. Cachuango kicks the ball forward for Eric Larson. I hope I don't get any hate for being a Mets fan. I won't tolerate it. It's the same thing. See, you'd feel same if someone said something about Arsenal. Yeah. See, that puts it in perspective for the British guy over here. Yeah. There we go. All right, Bessler. Forward to Millette. And now Radner with it, midfield. Cuts back inside, almost effortless, and he sends it forward to Bakari. We forgot to mention that there were a few subs that came in for the Red Hawks in midfield and on the far side. or the wings, I meant to say.
Yeah.
Vincent Warner in, Bakari in.
Who are very, very good at their positions too. They hold their positions down and they're quick as well.
And now Pleasant, stutter step, gets taken down on a clean tackle, and free throw. It's still not basketball season.
Throwing.
I said that's the second time in a second night in a row. Dude, the cold is getting to my head.
And now we have Will Redding coming on, and also
that's Pachurik and Pleasant coming to the bench. And Gifford, who has a goal already, will take to the pitch. Loose in the box, and Redding almost there, still not cleared out. And now Radner will be on top of it. Radner now over to Millette. Up to Bakari, who loses the ball on a challenge but gets right back to it. Tries to send it back to Millette, but it gets tipped to the Pioneers, and Frazier stops it. Doesn't even get past the midfield line. The Hawks are containing right now. Oh, what a move from Larson. The sidestep up to Radner. Takes the strike, and Radner pulls it wide to the left, right by our camera behind the goal.
But wow, that was a great step. Some great play from both those guys right there. Wow.
And like I said, almost effortless. I mean, these guys, they have some incredible skill and talent. And now the ball will maybe, yes, it will. First time in a few minutes that we've seen the ball in Frontier's end of the pitch. And just like that, after 2 seconds, handled by Ben Cachuango, it will be sent back to Pathfinder's side of the field. The containment for the Red Hawks has been almost unmatched in this game, especially in the second half, Isaac. I mean, the level of confidence they have is certainly noticeable, as going down is Dupre and
contact.
Gifford makes a bad call, thought it was out on Pathfinder, but it was out on the Red Hawks. Let it go out of bounds, and now they will inch forward on the throw-ins. Motion to go far, and it will be right into the head of Cachuango. Chested down by Gifford, and now back to Gifford from Redding. They'll play it back. Larson might look for the switch, brings it forward, and he sends it over to Redding. Redding was trying to get it back forward with the one touch, but it got sent back to Millette. Now forward to Larson. Larson looking ahead, not to the right side where he has Bakari, but up the middle. Redding might have an opening, winds up, strikes, and it's a field goal.
What a powerful kick, though. That would have been something. Just a little too high. But wow.
Just like too much under it, you know? And, I mean, we've been actually seeing that quite a bit from Redding, and it's good to see he's out on the pitch. He had that injury we were talking about earlier, but he's limping around now, certainly uncomfortable, and a collision there on the near side will be a free kick for Pathfinder. Vincent Warner helps his opponent, Caden Bousquet, to get back up. Vincent Warner has his work cut out for him over here on the near side. Bousquet's been making a lot of things happen for the Pioneers so far, and trying to take a quick strike here is Evan Costa, and it's a line drive, ground ball even. And Larson passes the ball away, goes down to tie his shoe right away. On the far side now is the ball.
It's important to have a tight shoe, though.
And what a job working it forward. Bousquet will not get there in time. What a job from Jack Cussin to slide in there just in the nick of time. And he sends it forward with a hand pass up to Gus Radner, who does a beautiful job working through the defense. Now forward, Graydon Gifford with another opportunity. He already has one goal tonight. Will look to pass it back, and it's Radner with the ball again. Radner sends it forward. Bakari, and it's too far.
Oh, that was a good setup, though. We can see that. Yeah, that was a great setup. It was really good. And it was quick as well. It went from one side of the pitch to the other side of the pitch in a few seconds.
Yeah, and so now coming onto the bench is Will Redding. Tristan Valderrama checking in for Diego Frazier. Redding going to rest that leg of his, which he is limping heavily on. Mickey Brownlow back on the far side of the field, wearing number 19 for the Red Hawks.
The youngest player on the pitch, too.
Back out again, and he sends it forward to Gifford, and Redding will check back in with the trainer on the Hawks bench. I have to hope he's all right. I mean, not a starting player, and Bakari didn't get the angle on the header. He sent it behind him. He just got a little bit too far ahead of it. Now Radner working his magic on the near side. Sent forward from Vincent Warner up to Bakari, and it's out of bounds. Throw in for Pathfinder. But as we were saying, Reading, not a starting player, but a depth player.
Exactly.
You need to give a guy some rest. He is going to provide you with a reliable force on the field to compensate for, your starting guy not being there. And that's something that the Redhawks really prize and value. And so to lose him at this point in the season will be really tough, as Vincent Warner does a great job forcing a corner kick, and he'll turn it over to Gus Radner.
And this is what Frontier needs right now if they want to keep scoring these goals. These corner kicks can really help out.
Radner, the hand goes up, sends it in, far ball, and it's headed forward. Brownlow was on it.
Wow, impressive stuff right there.
He got his head underneath the foot of one of the defenders for Pathfinder, and Bessler coming all the way up past midfield, keeps it himself until he passes it off now to Bakari. Sam Bakari, centering pass. In the middle of the field, it's Gus Radner, and now Vincent Warner. Gifford deflects it. Brownlow winds up a strike, and it's covered up by the keeper for the Pioneers.
Brownlow doing really, really well, considering he's the youngest player on the pitch by far. The only 8th grader here. He's doing amazing. I think he deserves the spot on varsity, especially next year too, when all these seniors
definitely
when they
next
go.
year. Yeah,
he's definitely on the team.
We'll be seeing him a lot next year, I think. And the only thing that's keeping him from having a consistent spot on the bench and, being a guy that's like Will Redding, who will come in when your starters need a rest, is the fact that, you need to have a limited number of people on your bench, and, you want to reserve him for the JV games.
Exactly.
Eric Larson on the near side, trying to turn the corner, and it'll work back now. Radner loses the ball, loose on the near side, and Radner just sends it back to Valderrama. They'll try the switch. Millette, and he'll just play it back. And there's the midfielder losing his temper again. Number 6 on the ball, Owen Pear. He's just in desperation. He doesn't know what to do. He's not getting the help that he thinks he needs from his teammates. And now the centering pass too far from Vincent Warner after a great move to get through his defenders. And now sent up to midfield. Bessler goes down off of the check, gets right back up, and now Brownlow helps him out and sends it forward for the Redhawks. Larson on the inside, sends it forward. Bakari with a chance. Sam Bakari, the strike gets deflected in a corner kick for the Redhawks. Well, they certainly haven't been scoring goals in the second half, Isaac, but they've been generating corner kicks like it's nobody's business.
Exactly. And this is not what Pathfinder needs right now. Pathfinder needs to keep possession of this ball and keep it off Frontier's hands, because things like this could change the score dramatically and really quickly as well. As Gus Radner kicks the flag by accident.
But he gets it in to Eric Larson, who can't penetrate the defense in the box. Flag is still down on the far corner, and it will be a throw-in for the Redhawks as Radner goes over to fix the flag apologetically. Oh, that's the first for me. I haven't seen. I've seen the flag kicked over after a goal scored a few times in celebration, but nothing like that. Bakari over to Brownlow. And now Xavier Fripp sends it straight towards the goal, and another save made by the keeper for Pathfinder.
A great attempt, though, as well. From quite a distance, it's pretty hard to kick. People think it's pretty easy, but from a distance, it's hard to kick and keep it on goal with enough power so that the goalkeeper doesn't get it. People think, oh, straightforward, just kick the ball forward, but no, it's really not. Yeah. It's pretty challenging.
And Fripp wins the battle at midfield. Up to Radner. Triple teamed, still wins the ball, and a soft pass over to Larson. Oh, what a move!
Ooh. Still moving around, spin moving.
And there's Pear losing the ball again and throwing his hands up in desperation. Something is just not the way he wants it to be, and he's making sure everyone on the field knows it. But that was on the ball before, number 8, Roman. Jaleel Roman, who was sent flying pretty much by Eric Larson off of a sweet move in midfield. Now Bakari pitches it forward, and it's cleared not out of bounds, just about on the far sideline, and a handball is called.
Yeah.
Scrambling to get it there was Justin Davis, who's been grappling a lot with Bessler. Bessler been winning that battle pretty consistently.
Yeah.
But a few passes downfield have been pretty well placed for Davis. He just can't outpace Bessler, who will now head to the bench. Grayson Bishop taking his place on the far side of the field for the Redhawks on their back line.
A well-deserved rest for Bessler, too.
Absolutely. A strong, steady guy in the backfield. And now that new player on the pitch, Bishop, getting tested immediately, but getting bailed out by his teammates. Now it will be a free kick for Pathfinder, going to be taken past midfield.
Maybe we might see a little change coming on now. Maybe Pathfinder's going to get something.
Still yet to get on the scoreboard is
Exactly.
Pathfinder. 5-0, 15.5 minutes to go.
However, I have noticed Pathfinder, their defense has gotten a lot better since the first half.
Ground ball, a ground ball off of the free kick is going to come up to just about nothing. It looks like it will be a corner kick, though, for... No,
Fine.
it will be a goal kick. Ball boy got confused, and it will be a corner kick. Everyone got confused. So it will be a corner kick, going to be taken by Dupre.
And we haven't seen much, we haven't seen many corner kicks from Pathfinder at all.
Hand goes up. Kick is sent in. Good ball. And he scores!
And that is what Pathfinder needs right now. What a goal. That was a pretty good goal. Pathfinder finally making up onto the scoreboard.
It was a great header, a well ball in, and that on the goal was Caden Bousquet. Well deserved, I might say. He has been the force on offense for the Pioneers this whole night, and getting that goal, getting them on the board, avoiding the shutout is a huge sigh of relief for them.
Yeah.
Because although that might, still a 4-goal difference, it won't affect the outcome of this game, absolutely. And it definitely won't affect the outcome of the MIA rankings, which is capped out at a difference of 3 goals. But morality, it is going to help them out. They're going to feel a little bit better about this game that they did not get shut out.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that happened with, I believe it was the Lennox game, 7-1, and they scored that 1 goal very late in the game as well to avoid the shutout. But now Radner, pass forward, and it's Vincent Warner, batted down, no call on the handball, and Radner gets called, and it's not going to be a card. It looks like just going to be a talking to Gus Radner.
And we see Gus Radner here. He always gets
Pathfinder
called out
goal
by the
scored by Brody Wetnicka.
he gets called by the ref a few times in the games. And we got told that someone else scored.
No, we didn't get told
Oh,
anything.
okay.
Miss Russell is wrong. Sorry, Miss Russell. I was number 5 on the goal. That was Caden Bousquet. She might have actually pronounced it wrong. I wasn't 100% listening. I got to be honest. So if I'm saying you're incorrect, Miss Russell, and you are correct, I deeply apologize. Please let me still hang out in your office. It's very comfortable.
It's a nice, cozy office.
It is a very cozy office. 13:20 on the clock. Throw in deep in the Hawks territory. Going to be taken by Pathfinder into the box. Roman, and the play is negated. He lifted his foot off of the ground when he took the throw-in. And Radner, who has started to get a little bit too caught up in his emotions, it seems, will head to the bench
For a little cool down.
perhaps justified emotions, but we'll leave that up to you.
Who knows?
Vincent Warner, and the ball is kept in by Pazmandi, but maybe not for the better, as Bousquet gets caught up between 2 defenders, holding his chest now, and it will be a free kick.
For Pathfinder.
Bousquet seems shaken up behind the free kick here, and now he'll walk over into position. And this is, I mean, they just seem to have so few players. I don't know if it's just my perception of things, but I'm not seeing a lot of players. Now it seems more like it. They just had them a little bit more spread out.
Yeah.
Waiting to take the kick is Adonis Dupre. Movement from the players, even though they have not set up the wall yet. They've got a player to Dupre's right. He will send it up over the wall. Header, not there, deflected.
Ooh.
A windup at the top of the box, and he sends it just over the crossbar. Redhawks catch a break. A good serve from number 4. That was Brody Wetnicka.
Yeah.
That is the number that Miss Russell said, Brody Wetnicka. It was not Brody Wetnicka that scored. He's the one that just missed that shot there.
And
but
a timeout has been called.
Was that by Pathfinder? Did you catch the direction of the referees?
That might have been Frontier.
I have to assume it's Pathfinder. I mean,
it could be either team because we saw Frontier now.
Honestly,
it looks like they're falling off a little bit.
It's a good point, but at the same time, they have a 4-goal lead.
Exactly.
The only thing that they have to try and reinforce is their MIA ranking.
Exactly.
And they have to do that by keeping over 3 goals or more. And so even if Pathfinder scores 1 in these next 11 and a half minutes, they're still in good shape. So it might just be some kind of, broader talk that Coach Evan Horton has given to them here. But a bit more aggressive on the other side is Dave Wilson for the Pioneers, trying to really hype his team up. They got to get within 3 to make this game worth signing up for.
Yeah. Which is going to be a little challenge as well. With only 11 minutes on the clock, Mason. 11 minutes, 30 seconds. But every minute counts, as we can see.
Yeah.
It's starting to turn around a little bit. Pathfinder's having some luck now on Frontier's end of the goal. Of the pitch. And, yeah, but maybe Frontier's going to turn this around right now. Let's see. Well, Sam Bakari really coming close to the goal. Maybe he might get something tonight.
He just might on his senior night, too, and it would be sent in the direction of Bakari over his head. And now the other way for the Pathfinders. Donovan gets on top of it. And now some of the starting players sub back on for the Redhawks. Bakari on the far side racing for it. Has to spin off the defense and trying to catch back up now. It will be out of bounds in favor of the Pioneers.
Some good play, though. Sam Bakari really, trying to keep a hold of that ball.
You got to give him so much credit in this game. He hasn't been able to convert yet, but he's been playing the same way that Vincent Warner has.
Exactly.
Just every time the ball is near him, racing to it, not letting up, being absolutely relentless. And that's the side effects of that. It tires the other team out. Now Jaleel Roman breaks through the defense, and Bishop with a good clear, recovering for his captain, Ben Cachuango, who overshot Roman, causing that offside rush.
Pathfinder doing a lot better than they have in the first round.
Using their speed.
Great save.
Jack Cusson staying cold in the crease tonight. And oh, what a move. Pazmandy lays off it, and now he turns on the Jets. Adrian Pazmandy sends it a little bit too far ahead of him, and it will be a throw-in for the Redhawks.
Now switching sides in the opposing territory. It's going to be now in the Pathfinder's goal.
And the header into the box going to be cleared out by Costa up to Roman. Cachuango's there this time, and now it's sent to the far side. Chasing it down is Davis. Bishop squares him up and gets the pass off for Dupre. Back to Davis, top of the box, grounds it in, and Cusson scoops it up.
Cusson playing a vital role in the Frontier team here, catching all these what could have been goals.
And it seems like we have 2 subs coming in for Pathfinder. A little confusion on who exactly they're subbing in for initially. But now some players who've been on the pitch for just about the whole night for the Pioneers are getting some well-deserved rest on the bench. Valderrama tracks the ball down and opts to send it out of bounds for a Pioneers throw-in.
Which can be a good play as well, especially when you need to get your defense back in line.
Absolutely. And now the Hawks are completely set up exactly where they need to be, with the exception of Pasmandi, who's waiting down for an offensive turnaround if it should happen. The throw in right into the box. Fripp heads it up towards the goal, and Custon scoops it up. Good assist on the denial from Fripp, and sky high is the ball, sent backward by the Pioneers, and not quite the touch he wanted from Cachuango. Fighting for it is Brownlow, and Bishop sends it away. Grayson Bishop, a nice job denying Davis, and the ball forward can't quite get past the defense, and Bakari is called for a push there on the back line of Pathfinder.
And the clock is ticking down. Pathfinder needs to work some magic here if they want to catch up with Frontier. And the Red Hawks are really trying their hardest to, get some more goals in.
7.5 minutes to go, and another chance denied by Grayson Bishop on the far side of the pitch. And 2 more subs coming in. There's our number 0 we were talking about before for Pathfinder.
It's quick.
Jaleel Roman going to be subbing out the number 0 and trying to get their pennies off to trade them out for their other players. Clock's still ticking, 7 minutes to go now. A corner kick set up for the Pioneers. Motion in the box. Looking for someone. Here comes the ball, and it's brought down. No one there for the volley, and Pasmandi tries to turn it the other way.
A beautiful turnaround from him as well. You saw that. It was right on it.
He grazed the ground with his whole upper body. I mean, it was a great turn. Very low, and now bit of pinball here in the midfield. Pachurik through the whole defense, and now Pachurik cuts back to the outside, sends it forward to Bakari, who gets the ball kicked to his chest. Brownlow gets called for a handball. Ball jumped up off of the foot of one of the defenders, just hit him on his forearm, and that's where it was not aligned with his body. It was sticking out from his body, and they'll call you for the handball, like we were saying before. If it's not aligned with your body, they'll call you for it.
Yep. And a little bit of shoe tying going on.
Under 6 to go, and the clock will stop in just under a minute on the scoreboard. Refs will be keeping track of time for the final 5 minutes of this game. 5-1 is the score. Hawks on top for their senior night.
And it is getting a little colder outside.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's been cold, and the temperature has dropped for sure. The mist has rolled in, fog over the field right now. You can see it in the floodlights. And Pachurik, nice ball forward. Pasmandi racing there, and he's got Vincent Warner behind him. Pasmandi, loose ball, and it's up in the air. Vincent Warner trying to recover. Pasmandi's still with it. Centering pass. Pachurik strikes. Oh, and what a save made. Not by the goalie, but by one of the defenders. I didn't quite catch who. It looked like it was number 11 based on the celebration there, Evan Costa. But it will be a corner kick for the Red Hawks with now under 5 to go.
And this is why your defense is really crucial. It's important that you have great defenders because things like this can happen. The goalkeeper can get caught up. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was a great job of defense from the Pioneers. Now the corner taken by Bakari, sent in, and Cachuango can't quite get a handle of it. And it looks like it will go to the other side. Now going to be taken by TJ Donovan. Cachuango might have a few last chances for a goal on his senior night, as will Bakari. Donovan already has one in the books as he sends it in, and it's wide.
And now the time is in the ref's hands now with 5 minutes on the clock. The referees will be keeping track of time. See them checking their watches constantly.
A few more subs coming in. Definitely seems like plenty of younger players to make sure that none of their starters for Pathfinder will get hurt in the final minutes. Costa will stay in, though, as he takes the goal kick for the Pioneers. A low ball met by Pachurik. Ian Pachurik with a stutter step. Sends it between the legs of a defender. Was meant for Bakari, but a little bit behind him. Donovan up to Sam Bakari. Bakari turns, trying to get it up to Pazmandi. And now Vincent Warner alone sends it into the box, headed out. And Vincent Warner right on top of the ball again. Vincent Warner pulls a shot and a save made.
He wants that goal, and he's making great effort to get that goal. But this goalkeeper as well, this unknown goalkeeper, he's really good.
He hasn't let up a goal this whole second half. And how much of that you can really credit to him versus the defense is, I mean, that's up to anyone to argue about. But he has done a fantastic job. You can't take that away from him. Fripp, top of the box. Pazmandi takes a strike, and it goes wide to the left. Will be a goal kick.
I'm pushing down now, going front is squad resetting. And
the ref checking his watch.
Yeah. I'm really pleased with Tavo, with Vincent Warner's performance today. It's been amazing. Yeah. Back to back to back, getting these shots on the goal and keeping possession of the ball right into the Pathfinder's territory.
Like we were saying, Isaac, he doesn't let up. He's relentless, and that's what makes him such a threat whenever he's out on the field. He might not be a regular starter for the Hawks as the ball is let by the defensive line. Pachurik sends it forward to Vincent Warner. Now another chance. Centering pass, Donovan, the strike, it's blocked by the defense, and Brownlow takes down a defender. Will be a free kick for Pathfinder. It's getting really cold now.
It is.
It's getting really cold. We were all looking at each other thinking about it.
Yeah.
But these guys on the field, they don't feel it.
Oh, no.
They don't feel it.
They feel excitement and energy.
They feel the adrenaline. That's what they're feeling.
Exactly.
As Fripp has an easy job keeping the ball over the heads of two guys about half his size. And, a strike to the face. Pops right back up and walks it off. Kachwanga will keep it on the ground as he sends it forward to Ian Pachurik. Now up to Pazmandi with a light touch forward and cleared out by Offie.
And now Frontier inching back, back.
And now the throw-in will be sent out of Pathfinder's box. Valderrama turns and sends it forward to Vincent Warner. Everyone waiting on the ref's whistle, getting closer and closer to those 5 minutes, plus or minus some depending on how they're feeling. And a little bit more beyond that. It's not just how they're feeling, but, you know, whatever amount of stoppage time they think is appropriate here. Ball popped up at midfield. Donovan wanted to strike it downfield, went a little bit too early on it, stumbled around in midfield, and now Brownlow comes up with the ball.
And that's
there's your game. 5-1 is the score at the end of the whistle. Red Hawks take home a W for their senior night. And I believe, if I remember right, TJ Donovan, only senior to get a goal on this night of his celebration, as well as his 4 senior teammates, Will Redding, Ben Cachuango, Tavo Vincent Warner, and Sam Bakari. We have, sending a big congratulations to all of them. They played fantastically today.
Yes.
They've been playing fantastically this whole season. They'll play even more fantastically in the coming games, and especially the postseason. It's been a wonderful privilege to be able to call games with these fantastic players in it. For me, 3 years. I've been watching these guys, been friends with them. Some of them, TJ Donovan, Tavo, Vincent Warner, the 3 of us, we met back when I was in 1st grade, and it's really something special to have these guys out on the pitch playing so well and being able to call these games for them. And all I can say is I'm glad they enjoy the work that we put out there for them, and we wish them all the best for this season, the rest of the seasons that they have left in their senior year for all the different sports that they play. And for their future years in college or wherever they might end up. So best wishes to them, and best wishes to this Frontier Redhawks team. This very well might be our last time covering them in the regular season, so we very well might see them next in the Western Mass tournament. But a good way to end it off, senior night, 5-1 win as the Mason Smith Tyler Wolkowitz, Kelsey Baker, Nina Warden, Connor Mavius. Is that everyone?
That is everyone.
I think so. All right, we got it that time. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. We hope you had a wonderful time. We hope you enjoyed the stream. You've been watching Frontier Community Access Television. Good night.